Good afternoon, everybody. This is KHALIDUZZAMAN, the graduate student of Bioscience Engineering Lab. Welcome to my presentation in Fundamentals of Agricultural Robots. I'm happy to see the Kundu Sensei and other professors came from Taiwan and other students of the agriculture faculty. Actually, this presentation is designed for the undergraduate students and for the audience of others background, and it would be better if I get the opportunity to present this earlier in this joint class. Actually, what is the importance of robot? Why it is necessary? Oh, you know, the time is asset. Actually, the robots can complete the tasks within very short time than compared to human, and sometimes labor is inhuman. It's not factorized in developed country, but if we see the people of developing country, and actually it's a very inhuman. They work by themselves, and for the large population of the world, actually we need to maximize the agricultural production. There is no other way to solve this, the demand of the population in the coming world. For this why it is essential to introduce in the agricultural field. And another one is profitability. It's related to the business and the manufacturer. I just tried to introduce the brief history of the robot invention all over the world, as introduced first in 1870. The first introduced the remote control system, that is torpedo type, wire-guided torpedo types. That is used for another purposes, not in agriculture. And then invented the humanoid robots in 1927. And after that, the modern autonomous robot has been introduced in 1941. The autonomous means here the self-thinking that is driven by analog electronic system. And the artificial intelligence is a very important thing for autonomous robot. It has been introduced in 1956, around 1956. And then the mobile robots has been invented in 1970. And one of the important things for the robot is for the mobility that can pick up. This properties has been introduced in robot in 1981, like that. And after that, after this generation of agricultural robots has been introduced in the agricultural field. This is the basic concept of agricultural automation system. The agricultural automation system has mainly three parts. First one is the sensor that take the sense from the environment, and then the manage. The controller use the features come from the sensor, and then it give the electrical command to actuator. That means perform, and finally output. I tried to give the overview of the comparison between robot and human. The robot consists of sensor, controller, actuator, manipulator, and effector. Actually, sensor can be different types: photosensor, vision sensor, any other sensor. The sensor collect the information from the environment and surroundings, and it's sent to the controller. And controller, there is a programming language, actually defined a programming language of C++ or MATLAB, any other algorithm. And there is also an actuator. Actually, there is a motor type device that govern or make position of manipulator. And finally, indifector attached to the manipulator. That's the in tool of the robot systems. This is somewhat similar to the human body, the sensor like eye, the controller like brain, and actuators this like respiration, because respirations of human give the energy, like produce ATP. And the manipulator look like it works arms, human arms. What's the function of defined components of robots? Actually, the function of robots is sensor is the receiving information that I told before, and the controller it's govern the operation of actuator by electrical command. And then the actuator is a device that makes motions for manipulator, and there is a drives near to the actuator that's modify the motion. And manipulator that is attached to the indifector, and that move position of the indifector. And if it finally give the output or harvest something or any other purposes, there is a tool-like device. Indifector sometimes acts based on the shocking force. Actually, how the robot works, I put here one example of tomato harvesting robot, and in the yellow circle there is a indifector, and the bottom of the picture there's a indifector that can harvest the tomato cluster. And currently, we have seen many application of robots has been practiced in the field, like seeding, grafting, transplanting, spraying of fertilizer, any other things, harvesting of different kind of crops and fruits, and grading of agricultural produce, even milking, weeding, and some others like pruning, shift sharing. Now it is time for thinking the future robots, for future development of agricultural robots, and what will be the future agricultural robots. Robots can act as a farmer, and even multi-dimensional tasks, multi-tasks can be performed by robots, like the in-field soil analysis, and basis on this analysis, it can decision the requirements of the soil, and even for the crops, like using pesticide, using fertilizer, like that. And even robot can be in a processing, can be used for processing, like robot as a quality controller that will check the inline quality parameter. Currently, that has been done by human, that can be replaced by robot in future, and adjust the formulation of the product. Actually, in future, the robot will replace the human labor everywhere. This is not a drone, but drone of high resolution sensor that can be used in future to improve the crop yield and minimize water and chemical use. This is the reference from where I prepared my presentation. Thank you for patient hearing.
Anybody? Probably you must have one question.
Could you tell me why do you choose this topic about robot development? Did you research about the robot?
Yes, thank you for the question. Actually, we have some limitation here to prepare presentation. At first, I has been advised, guided by our Professor Gary Pillar, and have some limitations. We have to choose topics on these two books like that. For this, I choose the first chapter, Fundamentals of Robotics, and I think it will give the in general idea all the students. If have some lackings in the understanding the fundamentals. For this, why I chose these topics. Maybe next time I can give presentation on the research things. Thank you.
Okay. I have one suggestion for your presentation. Sometimes you write down your sentence all capital.
All?
Capital.
Yes.
Capital, all capital is a little difficult to read.
Oh, yes. Okay. Thank you.
Are there any other questions?
You say that robots will replace human labor. Maybe you could also have told us about the cost implications of robots, because the application in some developing countries is costly to use robots, so most of the people prefer human labor. How would the cost implication of robots have as a fundamental use of robots? What is the cost implication? Thank you.
Yes, thank you for questions. If you see the past in developing countries, you will see there is a flying, the cow flying system. But currently, you are now seeing that that things has been replaced by tractor or power tiller like that. And this are giving the better result, better movement for the human. And I also think the technology from developed countries also adopt in the developing countries. So, and the more the use of technology, the more they develop the country. I think for this why you can see the Japan, USA, Australia, they are using the high technology and they are now developed country. So I think it will be more convenient if you use the technology and adopt technology developing country. Thank you.
Thank you.
For students.
For students.
Yeah, it's a question I made.
So, for the university?
Thank you for your information. I want to ask you a question. If today the robots replace all the human labor, and what the problem will be caused? Like I said, maybe the society, a social problem, or another kind. You think what kind of problem will cause if today we will only use robots in the agriculture?
I can catch your question, please.
Maybe I can rephrase it. Today you presented many of the advantages of robots and autonomous robots. What are some of the potential disadvantages of using robots in the future?
Yes, there might be some side effects because this is the not natural things, and there's the natural balance of the environment. If you put such type of technology that may be some effect on environment, because there is a power system that can produce some the gases or heat that can affect the environment, and sometimes the replacing human by robot that can make the danger of the human and sometimes. But it is a matter of thinking to give you an answer more clear. That is a matter of thinking, I think. Thank you.
Thank you.
No more questions.